Hi everyone, today I thought I'd show you how to make bagels because they're absolutely delicious and they're very easy to make, and lots of people probably don't make them because they don't know how. So first we need 2 cups of warm water. So you want to get your water so you can still put your hand underneath it and not get burnt. Otherwise it's going to kill the yeast. So you don't want it too hot and you don't want it too cold. You need it warm so the yeast works. So I've got 2 cups there. I'm just going to put in 2 teaspoons of sugar because that's what the yeast feeds off, and 1 tablespoon of yeast. I find this Edmund Super Baked yeast really good because it's got extra bits and pieces in it, and it's just a really nice one. So we just need to leave that there for about 10 minutes just so it just starts working before we get the add it to the flour. So I've put 4 cups of flour and a teaspoon of salt in here, and that's strong flour. And here's our liquid, which is good to go. So we're going to add that to our flour. We're just going to mix that a bit before we need it. Bring it all together. You want to use strong flour because it's better for bread or high grade flour. If you use a weaker flour, your bagels, they won't be as good. They won't rise and the flour's a bit weak. I'm just going to tip that out onto the bench and knead that all together. So you just want to push it and bring it back. Feels nice and warm. So you can do this all by hand, you don't need to do it in a mixer. That's all coming together and you just need to knead that until it's nice and smooth. Okay, I've probably been kneading that about 6 minutes. So you just want to go like that, push it forward, bring it back. If it's a bit sticky, get a bit more flour, and I'll show you. The reason for kneading it, you want the gluten in the flour to expand. So one good way of checking to see if your dough's ready, if you get a bit of dough and start pulling it like that gently, you get that see-through look, and that's when you know you've kneaded it enough. Just a little trick. And then we're just gonna put some oil in a bowl and cover it with Glad wrap, and we want this to double in size before we have to knock it back. So I'm just gonna use a little rice bran oil. It doesn't matter what oil you use. Just do that around. We're going to cover it up with Glad wrap and let it do its thing. Keep it in a nice warm place. If you want to speed it up a bit, you could pop it in your hot water cupboard if you've got one, but I'm just going to leave it on the bench, and that will probably take about an hour, so we'll come back to that and it'll double in size. Okay, that's been there for 1 hour and it's looking nice and puffy. Hear that? Very exciting. So what we want to do is just knock all that air out. Smells really good. And then we're going to cut this into 18 pieces and mould them into balls, and then we're going to let them rise. So the easiest way to do is probably cut it in half and in half again. Actually, I'm going to do it into 16 because it'll be easier. You could do 18 if you wanted. So these ones I'll just cut into 4. Now you just want to get a little bit of flour on the bench, and then you want to get your hands sort of like a cup, like that. Put the dough in and go around in circles, and you'll feel the dough coming nice and tight, and your hand gets a bit, comes up a bit higher. So we want to get some nice balls there. So we need to do that to all of them. Right, I'm going to get 2 trays and put some spray on them so they don't stick. And then with these, just put your thumb and your finger and sort of bring them out, because that's our hole in the middle. We're going to let them rise. Right, I've got them on the trays. I'm just going to dust them with a little bit of flour. just with a sieve. If you haven't got a sieve, just you can sprinkle it over. And then I've got some plastic bags here. I'm just going to cover my trays. This just stops it from going dry and crusty. So these are probably going to take about 30 minutes before they're ready to bake. And while we're waiting for them to rise, you need to get quite a large pot on with water. I've just got my little stock pot here. So I'm going to fill that up with water with 1/4 of a cup of sugar and bring that to the boil because we're going to poach these when they're ready. We've let these proofed up now and the water's just about come to the boil, so we're going to poach them. But we need a glaze for the top of our bagels before they go in the oven. So 1 egg and about a tablespoon of water, and just get a fork and mix that all up. And that'll make it go nice and golden when it bakes. But if we come over here, we need to poach them. So these are going to go in for about 30 seconds. They're quite flimsy. And what the poaching does, it makes that nice chewy outside. So I'm going to put 3 in at a time in here. So this is our sugar and our water in here. Flip them over. I've just got my holy spoon here. So then you just want to drain that water off. That's why you need a holy spoon. Pop them back on the tray. And then we'll put the other 3 in. So all our bagels are poached now. So you just want to get a brush and just glaze this so that makes them go nice and golden. I've preheated my oven to 200 degrees Celsius. And we're going to pop these in for about 15 minutes to start with. They might take a little bit longer, but normally around 15 they're fine. If you want to put seeds on top you can, or you can just keep them plain, or we can put some salt on top. But I'm just going to keep these ones plain. And also if you wanted to make bagel dough a different flavour, if you want to do fruit or whatever, you could add fruit and spice to your dough towards the end. And if you wanted to do caramelised onion or garlic, whatever, you just need to add that into your dough, probably about 3/4 of the way of mixing it through. So they're all good to go. So we're going to pop them in for 15 minutes. And put my timer on for 15. So our bagels are ready. These ones took a little bit longer, but probably about 16 minutes. And they're nice and brown on the bottom, and if you go like that, you sort of hear a knocking noise, that means that they're baked. These are bagels, all yummy and ready to go. You can have them with salmon and cream cheese, or just butter and jam, or whatever you like. But what I often do is keep some out and then freeze some in glad bags in the freezer and just pull them out as you need them. I hope you have a go and enjoy making them. That's a bagel cut in half because my son's ready to eat it straight out of the oven.